Hello and welcome to one of the masterclasses here at the Online Marketing Rockstars Festival on track 4. My name is Max. I study the Master of Business Administration in Media Management at the Hamburg Media School. We as the Hamburg Media School have been a partner with the OMR ever since the beginning of this festival. We've written the concept together and we've been an academic partner ever since. Today I'm really glad that I'm able to present to you this awesome team that's with us today to hold this masterclass. We will learn stuff about social media and e-commerce in China. I wish you lots of fun and interesting learnings with genuine German.
Perfect. Brilliant, thank you very much. If someone can't hear us with their headphones, just raise your hand and I'm sure you will be assisted. Happy to have you here today, full house. Yeah, unfortunately overbooked, otherwise we'd like to have even more people listening to what we can say today. We see some familiar faces, some new faces, that's very, very good. Yesterday you had the chance to hear some content from Alibaba and from JD directly. Calvena has been on stage talking about the platform. JD has been on stage, Tencent has been on stage. And today we really want to take the chance to explain you the platforms, the sales platforms, but also the social media platforms from a partner point of view, from a brand side of view, so that you will also get those insights from us today. And now first we want to know a little bit about you.
My name is Philipp. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our team later on, but first we also want to learn about you. So maybe a couple of questions beforehand, just raise your hand. So who in the audience has already been to China? Okay. And actually, who in the audience has an active business in China right now?
That's good. Very
okay.
good.
And who has currently a WeChat or Weixin account on his or her mobile?
Wow, that's impressive.
That's right, that's more than we expected. And who has ever bought any product on a Chinese e-commerce platform?
On a Chinese B2C e-commerce platform online.
So we have a lot of expertise here. Actually, we can go home. No, we stay here. So anyways, maybe we go one slide further. So, so this is our agenda for today. We hope this is going to be very interactive. We're going to start with the introduction of our company and our team, talk a little bit about the online market in China, the e-commerce market in China. You've heard a lot, there's a lot of expertise already in the room, so we're going to keep that short. Then a little bit about due diligence. Should you bring your brand to China or not? You know, what are the boxes you need to tick before that? And then actually the core of the masterclass today is point number 4, where we really drill down into the actual customer experience of those main platforms in China. A bit about logistics, cost money is important. The onboarding process on Tmall, and then actually as a wrap up, some recommendations how to select the right trade partner. Yeah. Okay. And about our team. So as I said, my name is Philipp. I was, obviously I'm not Chinese, but I spent actually a lot of my life in China, a lot of my career in China. I came to China in 2008. Before I was living and working in Russia for 4 years. That was a good training camp actually for China. And then first I worked for a media company called Axel Springer, set up their business there. Left after about one and a half, almost 2 years, and then started with 2 local partners in our own e-commerce company. Yeah, which at that time, I don't want to praise myself, but what was quite brave. There were around a handful of foreign e-commerce entrepreneurs in whole China. So my wife still thinks I'm a bit crazy. Anyway, we tried to do it. 2 local partners and me. We built up this e-commerce platform. We were focusing on the maternity and baby space. Had a classic e-commerce business. Built our own platform business, and also had an import and export business. And grew the company quite quick to about I would say 250, 300 employees, and about a couple of million customers. Run rate sales about 100 million US in about 3.5, 4 years. And then in 2015, I decided to basically sell my part of the company and went back to Germany in 2016. During my time in China, I met Damian, who was at that time already selling products from Germany to China. And we kept in touch, hooked up again when I was back in Germany, sat down and we said, what can we do something with our expertise? In China, I was mainly focusing on marketing and sales and also business intelligence. So we sat down and decided to start our own company, helping German, European, but mainly German brands bringing their product in the Chinese e-commerce market. And then rule number one, when you go to China, never go to China with a Chinese partner.
Never.
We found Wenjing, and she joined our team as a partner. And together we established a company and moved into the market. Wenjing herself had extensive experience in Chinese e-commerce. She worked for a couple of renowned brands, has also some background, European background. She was studying in Europe, in France for a year. This is our team. This is the only, let's say, foreign people you will see in our entire genuine German team. We have about 25 people in our office in Shanghai, mainly working in marketing and community management and e-commerce operations. And we basically, we basically split our time between Germany and China with a big emphasis on China, of course.
Exactly. One team in Berlin, one team in Shanghai. I myself spent exactly half of my time actually in China at the very moment. So what are we doing every day? What is our mission and what drives us is actually, Alibaba always says to make it easy to do business everywhere, and we want to make it easy to make business in China. We want to take the headache that go along with doing business in China from every part of the business, be it logistics, be it marketing, customer service, or returns management. So we want to be a strong partner that you can rely on with a German point of contact from Berlin and a Chinese local operational team. What makes us different? Yes, we are based in Germany. We are an official trade partner, TP, or trusted partner, Tmall partner, whatever you want to call it. Different people give it different names. Office in Berlin to be locally approachable for brands, for everyone who works with us, and we do focus on medium-sized and also large corporations, mainly from Germany and Europe. So, as said, we offer fully fledged services, so we are a full-service partner. Starting from operations, taking your goods to China, cross-border, general trade. We take care of your marketing campaigns, we strategize them, we execute them, and we also select together with you the sales channels. There are quite some brands who have trusted us already since 2017, food sector, media companies with their portfolio brands, etc. We cannot show or disclose everyone, but that's just a brief example. Great, so now actually we come to what Philipp has mentioned, stressing the importance of platforms in China. Why we are telling you today about platforms and not about how you build your own e-commerce store.
Yeah, so China, obviously, and I guess everybody knows that, but I want to stress it once again, it is a platform market. So compared to Germany, where you have about 33% of the market, you have that in platform or going through platforms. In China, is 86%. Yeah, don't underestimate the remaining 14%. It's still a huge market because the rule of big numbers.
And this is only JD and Tmall.
Yeah, but this is JD and Tmall. Yeah, this is 86% JD and Tmall. So today we want to focus on those platforms. China market, I will not bore you with a lot of figures. Of course, it's all big figures. It's an extremely tough market. You know, from my own experience, I have never experienced such competitiveness. It's brutal. I've experienced competitors, one of them JD, going below purchase prices to sell their products. Extremely aggressive, extremely campaign driven. Yeah, so in Germany, maybe an e-commerce company, they do maybe 5, maybe 6 campaigns a week. Yeah, we were doing about 35 a day. Yeah, and that also shows you why nobody is using, you know, shop systems there, because there's no shop system in the world, no company who can deliver such a high frequency of you know, running e-commerce campaigns. Yeah? So simply taking your German business and your German brand and your German product pages, copying and pasting it into the Chinese market won't work at all. It won't work. It's a completely different mindset, it's a completely different user behavior. Obviously, many also large companies try to enter China. You know, Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Amazon just withdrew their platform business from China or has plans to withdraw it this year. So, you know, you have to know what's coming. Yeah, and simply the big numbers, if you say you go to China because they have so many internet users, so many e-commerce shoppers, you know, you put your product online there, nothing will happen. Yeah, so you need to know how you're going to approach this. Okay.
Click us with you.
All right. Next one. So, so what do we do as a first step? So when we talk to a brand, to a potential partner, we say, hey, look, let's sit together, let's, you know, make a deep dive, and we look at a couple of parameters, a couple of factors to see if your brand, or if you're, let's say, if you're ready to go to China. One of the things, obviously, is we look at competition. So we have the analytics, or we have the data actually to do a very precise competitive analysis. Yeah, what's happening right now. We will look at your home market position, obviously, because a strong home market position in Germany helps a lot in China. We will check search engines, etc., to see if your product is already sold in China through great channels, yeah, which would be not a bad start for you because you already have some traction. We will look also at your, if you're ready to share it, at your product economics, yeah. I can give you an example. We were actually talking a long time to one, or if not Germany's most famous cereal brand. And that is a product which is actually a very nice product, sustainable product and everything. But it's not so easy to bring that to China. Yeah. Why? Because you know, you have an, how do you say, expiration date?
Yes.
Or shelf life. You know, shelf life is always an issue for us, because we have to transport it and then sell it. And then obviously margins of cereals are not that high. And as a brand, to really successfully enter China, you better have a good margin in your products. Yeah? So we're going to look at that. Legal stuff, trademark issues, don't underestimate it. We can also tell a story about that. We were actually working with a brand here who was present, you know, and basically all the DMs in Germany and lots of other stores, very nice brand. And they were saying, yeah, we have the trademarks in China, everything is fine. So we were going full force, since this is our spirit, yeah. And then suddenly realized, you know, they didn't really look at that, yeah. And it took us about, I think, 6 or 7 months to figure out the trademark situation. Somebody else registered their trademark in China. We had to get back the trademark, super complicated. So even if you're thinking, I might go to China in 5 years, take care of your trademark. Very, very important. Yeah, and then of course market dynamics and social media. So what is happening with your product here in terms of social media? Yeah, because as you probably know by now, the Chinese market is driven a lot by social media.
And maybe just jump here quickly,
Yeah, sure.
like do your market research. It's very important, no matter as a totally new brand in China or you're already in China for quite a long time, and the market research is very important. So as a new brand, it's very important because China, I always say China is the most competitive market in the world because everyone is trying to get into China. Not everyone, not only here, Germany people, not only German want to get into China, entire world trying to get into China. So like all the competition there is totally different compared the market here. So if it's your product's competitive enough, it's very important compared to other brands. And then maybe you can say, okay, already in China for quite a long time, and I have my own brand awareness. I have everyone knows me in China, but still it's very important to do the market research because China is changing the whole time. It's changing so fast. And even Alibaba, the biggest sales platform this year, announced at the beginning of this year, they want to double their GMV within the next 3 years. And how can they approach it? They want to become the leading platform, which as long as have new product launching. So it's really depends. It's really heavily depend on what's happening here, like currently in the market, and what's the next trend. It's very important, no matter for which brand. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
Good.
Very good.
So, point 4. You've done
I
your...
mean, so far, any questions here about the market? Otherwise, we would just raise your hand. We have a microphone here.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it on?
No, it's not on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Who is it? Where is it? Ah, here. Perfect.
So you mentioned that doing market research is extremely important. What are some of the best ways to do said market research?
Okay. She said
Okay, maybe can you repeat?
market research is is important. What are the best ways to do market research? So for the trademark situation, this is very important, and you can actually do it yourself. Yeah, we have a lot of companies approaching us. Can you check our trademarks? We do check them online. There's a tool recommended by the government. It has a name that I can actually send around after the masterclass because we will get all your email address. Yeah, it's all in Chinese, but that's no problem. You can use Google Chrome, translate the site, type in your brand, and it will show you all the information. Then you've got for social media marketing, it's Zogu search. I can also send you guys the name later. Type it in there. Type your brand in there or anything that you're looking for, and you will get all the articles that you can find on WeChat, for example, which we'll also talk about. Or WeChat is a very, I don't need to explain it. WeChat, then Baidu Search Index. Those are some of the tools you should definitely look into. And then also have a look at Taobao. Yeah, look at Taobao. If you're not in the market, is someone selling you already? Which is a good indicator. Type your brand name, look at the prices, look at who's selling you. Or also, if you are doing sales already, or if you have your Tmall flagship stores, look at your distributors, buy some products from them, see from who are supplying your partners that might do some competition that you don't want to. So this can then be a very complicated process in the end. But Taobao, Zogu Search, Baidu Index, and Chinese local government trademark search. And I can share the names afterwards.
Right.
Any one more question? Otherwise, we would dive into
on, yeah.
the most important part here.
Yeah.
Good. Point number 4, all about the marketing, the market, and the sales. So now you have decided to enter the market, or you are in the market already, and research and also staying ahead of the competition will always remain current. Yeah. So now what we will do, on the one hand, on your left side, you see all the e-commerce platforms. Where do sales happen? Yeah, where do you sell your actual physical products? Okay, well that's a lot of pictures. Hope I'm not standing in the way.
So it's basically, if the people in the back cannot see it, it's JD, it's Taobao and Tmall, yeah, on the left-hand side.
Exactly. Left-hand side, e-commerce platform, where you're doing the sales. We will focus on the two biggest, JD and Tmall. As combined, they already make up 86% of the market. So they are important, and we really want you to understand how shopping on those platforms work. Some of you said you've done purchases already, maybe on Tmall, maybe on JD. If not on Tmall, on JD, I would ask myself where. And then on the right-hand side, we will talk about social media. We've got 6 channels here. We will not take a deep dive in all of those channels, but we will focus on the 2 most important and most relevant in the current time. especially for lifestyle brands, fashion brands, cosmetic brands, which is Xiaohongshu or Little Red Book or Red. Very sure many of you have heard that already, as you do have China business. And then the other one is Douyin, TikTok, as we call it in Europe. I'm sure you heard of that before as well, but you might not know how it works. It's many post-95 users, and I guess you're all not post-95. So you can't understand it, but we hope we can make you understand it in some minutes. So, great. Where do you get your customers? We will start with JD, and Wenjing will take you on a journey which I hope really immerse yourself and think you're browsing. First, you're browsing through it, and second, from a brand perspective, where can you actually tackle the customer?
By the way, it's all mobile, so we won't even waste time showing you any desktop applications here.
Okay, now let's start with JD. So JD is a second biggest sales platform in China, and it generates 26%. It's occupied 26% of the market share, and it's highly focused on the electronic products. And but of course, they sell everything, but highly focused on the electronic products. So what's interesting about JD is actually more than half of their customers are male. I know it sounds like, yeah, what's the point here? Like, I mean, in China, half of the population, more than half of the population are male, but it's extremely, like, it's really rare on the e-commerce platform, because actually e-commerce platform in China especially, most consumers are female. And we always saying, actually, it's Chinese girls make Chinese e-commerce big instead of, just economy, etc. So I want to show you a quick video here, and before that, it's just personal curious, because I just this question jumped into my mind, and I want to ask, like, is anyone here actually place an order on your phone ever? Food delivery is not included. Chinese not included. Okay, please hands up. Okay, well, that's actually more than I expected.
We have a digital audience here,
Yeah,
right? It's
I
all
don't
like
know,
online
like
marketing rockstars, all CMOs.
True, yeah, we're talking around audience here. Okay, all right. Let me show you, because everyone knows that in China it's all about mobile, and so I show a quick video, because like most consumers on Tmall or on JD, they also use the most mobile version. So here is video about JD. Oops. Okay, so for JD customer, basically most JD customers, like majority of them, it's like when they're shopping on JD, they know exactly what kind of products are they looking for. So compared to other platforms, JD is more like a supermarket. So before you go to supermarket, you already know what kind of products do you want. You have a list, what kind of, like, you want a fruit, you want vegetables, and you want meat, etc. So customers on JD, they know exactly what they want to buy, and most time they already well educated by the products. And let me show you quickly how a customer will look on JD. So this is a typical customer on JD, a male, 30-ish, IT guy, and now it's done. Okay, so I open the app, and he go to the search bar, and okay, so obviously he was looking for a phone, so he searched Huawei P30, and then all the products shows. They have, okay, only 3 because very limited edition. It's new products, and then he chose the flagship store, JD flagship store, and he crossed the pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's checking the reviews, because comments on JD is very important, and people really believe what other customer comments. And now he cross it. Okay, double check with other customers. Okay, looks nice. Okay, now he go to the product detail page, and here you can see on the product detail page, you can see a lot of information here. Start with the phone itself, then with all the index, with all the selling points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all the detail with different color, different angle, different pictures, and then highlight camera, because biggest selling point here, and then check the color, build some brand image here, products image here, and then focus on the camera again, then given all the examples, what kind of picture you can take through by this phone, and check again and again, and this PDP will never end. Okay, now this guy, I'm pretty sure he knows this product already quite well before he come to here. And now he decided to buy. He choose color blue. Sky color. Okay, he back to black. This guy's quite conservative. Okay, then he buy one more year insurance, and then put into the card. And then now he go to the card and check the address. Everything's fine, and check the address, deliver time. Okay, delivery. Wow, that's fast deliver time. And then click and pay, because you can pay through WeChat Pay or your bank account straight away. And do have put your bank information here. That's amazing. And then the products will arrive tomorrow morning. So that's the amazing part about JD. And their logistics system is very advanced, and they always promise their own supermarket, JD supermarket, promise some products they can deliver within 20 minutes. And most of the products, if you are living in the big city, you can deliver within 24 hours. Yeah. Okay, that's about JD. So on JD, so the conclusion is, if your product is also strong male-oriented, and also the hygiene factor like logistic, etc., is very important, maybe go to JD as first step would be better than Tmall sometimes. Okay. Do you have anything to add for JD? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a company who started actually out as a regular e-commerce company, and back in the time when we were starting, obviously they were not that big, but these guys were operating on a gross margin of 3 to 5%. Guys, I'm saying gross margin, not profit margin. Yeah. So extremely aggressive. Then they were expanding in different other verticals, and then finally building up a platform business. Yeah. So started as an electronics store. That's why it's still very male dominant, but now they are obviously also in every other vertical.
So that's why having that gross margins, JD actually was a pretty good logistics company before, and it still is. Yeah, they needed to operate very, very efficiently, and this is what they still do today, actually better than Tmall from the logistics point of view.
Yeah. Okay. So next.
Okay, perfect. Now we will talk about Tmall. Yeah, having seen how you shop on JD, please immerse yourself how you shop on Tmall. It will be quite different. And after that, I'm interested that you just take this journey and think about it again from your way, brand side, also customer side, and afterwards we will draw a conclusion.
Okay. Now we're talking about Tmall. Okay, my favorite platform, at least personally. Okay, because on Tmall, I was talking about, on JD, JD is more like a supermarket. So when you go there, you know exactly what you want to buy. But Tmall, compared to JD, is more like a shopping mall. So before you go to the shopping mall, you don't really know exactly what kind of products are you looking for. So you check around, enjoy the journey, hang around in the mall and check in the products, just enjoy it. Tmall is like that. So according to the survey, actually more than 20 million customers, visitors, they open their app on Tmall every day, and they just crossing around and they don't make any purchase. And especially for girls, like average crossing time is 2 hours per day. So imagine, 2 hours on one app, just crossing around and looking around without any purchase. Well, I do that as well. It's like my daily routine before I go to bed. And so that's, yeah, you too? Okay,
yeah,
good to hear that. And so that's how Tmall looks. So let me show you quickly with exactly what customer will look like on Tmall. Okay. Here, this is Miss Liu, and today she she opened the Alibaba app again, as always, every day, and this time she's quite rational. She knows she want to buy a lipstick. Okay, she opened the app and search lipstick. Okay, then the first one shows, And then she crossed the first one, opened the video, because it's also very important that all the PDPs start first page with video. And well, okay, video not attractive enough. She go to the second one. Okay, very vintage. With video again first. Then she will cross the screen and looking at the pictures. And now she decide to go to the product detail page. So, which means if go to the product detail page, which means it's already quite attractive for her. And now she checking the pictures, checking the colors. Okay, quite good. Okay, now she's checking the comments, which means she's really convinced by this product now. Okay, checking the comments other people look like. Okay, a video shared by other customer. Okay, she changed her mind. The video doesn't look good enough. And now she back to George Armani and check this video first, as all the luxury brand always have very nice video. And then check the pictures, very clean, very nice color. Then, okay, go to the product detail page, very attractive product now, and check in the colors, check in the USP here. Different colors, they always have a story, give each color. Okay, now she choose one and put into cart. Okay, she made the decision to buy this lipstick. And now she's gonna place the order. Okay, she didn't place the order. She go to the shoes now, which she put 2 days ago in the cart. And now she go back to the shoe store. Very nice design. Okay. Well, she decided to have a look at the other options. And checking around different kind of shoes. Within the same store, more or less the same price. So she assumes she can afford all of them. Okay, so she choose totally different style of shoes now. And now she add these shoes into the cart and go back to the cart and delete the previous one. Woman, you never know, you know. Okay, now she checking the address, checking the delivery time, and place the order with her Alipay. Okay, so this is a typical customer on Taobao. So they come to Tmall and they are looking for a lipstick, and they back home with a pair of shoes. And that's how the customer on Alibaba look like. And so under this kind of situation, because in Germany, in Europe, you don't have this kind of user behavior on Amazon. So it's more like a combination between like Facebook and Amazon. So how do you win your customer? How could you present your products to the customers? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I hope this is the question that hopefully every one of you has, right? You go through the PDPs, and how can you get your product there? Yeah, why wasn't it yours already? Actually, I might ask. Maybe it is some of your products. Yeah, I know some people are here that actually might own some of these and the other lipstick. So, what marketing opportunities are there when we look at Alibaba, which is very similar to JD? Here now we will have the Taobao Tmall example, which has actually exactly the same interface, and all the performance marketing or internal platform marketing measures that we can use on the platform are similar, JD and Tmall. However, by Tmall, it's actually much more advanced. So what you start with, Wenjing, is typing a keyword. We know that already from Europe, keyword bidding works in China as well, very similar mechanisms. Then what decides where you're placed? Yes, okay, how much money do you pay for this keyword? How good is your PDP, your product detail page, that I will talk about in the next slide? How many sales have you done with this product already in total? And how many sales have you done with this product 30 days ago? Yeah, or the last 30 days. And there's a lot of more factors that will actually influence your internal ranking, your SEO. Then what we have here, the second part, is the diamond display. Performance marketing. So everyone asks us, okay, what is performance marketing in China? Because we do so much performance marketing in Europe. We grow the brand with Facebook, paid ads. Yeah? We grow the brand with Instagram, and then add a couple of influencers here and there. So what can I do in China? This is why, internal, external. Now, still internal, here you can do performance marketing, which works similar to Facebook. CPM, CPC, all the different options you have for Facebook, you will have inside Tmall, inside the Alibaba ecosystem as well. This is how the banner ads look like. 6 banner ads, paid and personalized. Yeah, so depends on who you're going to target. This is the Alibaba ecosystem. So we have a Tmall supermarket, we have a travel platform, we have we have Tmall Global that you can switch directly into. But it doesn't matter if you're listed on Tmall Global or Tmall Local or Taobao. If you search in this search bar, you will find all the results. On the left side, we have also again paid ads. On the right side, we do have product recommendations, which are recommended by the algorithms. Yeah, so now we know, while Wenjing just had a look at fashion, Wenjing is quite fashionable, so she
Thank
always
you.
gets recommended those fashion products. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like share my own personal homepage, but I don't have a choice
Now
at the
privacy
time.
is a little bit leaked, but I hope that's okay. So this is the main home screen, how it looks on Tmall. Or Tmall, Taobao.
And again, it's super campaign driven, yeah? So most of you guys have heard about the Double 11, you know, the single day in China, which, you know, these huge sales on that day. But there are many other events during the year. It may be Spring Festival, it may be Autumn Festival, it may be Valentine's Day, Western Christmas, Chinese New Year, yeah? There are many fixed points for big campaigns where you have to prepare, where you have to do a warm-up before the big campaigns start on that very day or a 3-day period. So that's extremely important. So in the background, you know, that looks pretty straightforward, but in the background, there's a lot of campaign preparation, design, campaign mechanics, techniques going on, which is really, really important.
Exactly. Good. Now we will move on, and we can cover questions also after this platform part. Now we will continue with content marketing inside the platform, and then we'll show you the product detail pages.
Yeah. So compared to Amazon, the very big difference, like on Tmall, is you can do a lot of like content marketing. So the platform itself offered more than 100 options to do this kind of content marketing. And so I list 4 biggest one here. So to just show you guys today, and then you can have like basic idea how it looks like on Tmall. Okay, so the first one is mini Tao. In Chinese, we call Wei Tao. So many girls, especially Chinese girl here, might know this quite well. Basically, this is a function open to the stores. Then you can post your like daily post every day to the fans who followed your store. So actually, every store could have fans, and you can also like save the store or collect the store, then become the part of the community. And then the store will always share sometimes share the products, sometimes share some new products launching, or sometimes about education, sometimes branding, sometimes storytelling, etc. And according to the data, like Mini Tao is like has the most content, like have most views every day, especially for the one who followed you, and have very good conversion rate, because those people who already follow your store, which means they're already really interested in your products or in your brand. And the second one is called daily product recommendation. So every store can actually apply every products to the platform. So you can make some videos, make some articles, and or some pictures about your product. Then you can apply to the platform. Then platform will recommend your products depend on their algorithm and to the customers. So every customer when they open the app, no single one shares the same screen, because everyone will have different recommendation by the platforms. And so as long as you have good click, or you have a good conversion rate, you have good sales during the past 30 days, or you have a quite good depends on how long the customer will stay on this page, will all in fact like how many audience you can target with this post. And the third one is daily shop recommendation. So every shop can actually do some do marketing, do advertising for themselves, and talking about what's your shop about, what's your shop, like what's the special about your shop, and what's the USP about your shop. Then you can apply to the platform. Then platform will recommend to the customers depend on their behavior on Alibaba. Yeah, and the last one is live video. So live video is like strongly occupied by the Taobao influencers. So those influencers many of them, they open their camera 7/24, and they do some product recommendation, do live sharing, do some education, etc. And as a shop, or you can actually work with those influencers and pay them fixed fee or pay them sales based on commission. Yeah. Next. Okay. Now let me show you quickly about like how the content marketing looks from the consumer perspective. Okay, so it's Miss Liu again. Open her app, and now she go to Minital first. Check the shop she followed, the like fashion shops with clothes, dresses, and she has really strong trust to those shops that she followed. And then now she go to the daily product recommendation, and check this one. And first on top they have video talking about this kind of products. Then all the relative products will show below. And now she go back to the now she go to the live video. On live video we have so many influencers doing live video every day, and they are talking about their clothes, their own shop, or recommend other shop. Like this girl is like doing recommend the dress obviously. And now she go to the daily shop recommendation. Okay, so the first banner shows all the shops, like top shops, they sell very good eyeshadows. And then now she open a dress shop, and she will go to the shop sector, like homepage, check the design if this shop deserve her, and then check the dresses around. Okay, next dress, share the same style, sounds like her style. Then she will follow the shop if she likes it. And then check shoes again. Okay, it's the shoes she followed before, but it doesn't hurt to have a look again. You will never know what's gonna surprise you, right? Okay, yeah, basically that's how it looks on Tmall if you do the content marketing. And next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So knowing that quite a few of you, maybe almost 50% do have shops in China or do have an active business in China, I assume it will always be an active online business. You will have your OTPs, you will have your stores, and the first thing that they will tell you is, oh, your product detail page needs to be that long, and the one in Europe is only that small. But knowing that from your side's perspective, whatever position and responsibility you have in your company doesn't mean that you or your European team can really understand what's important and how you can come up with a really good PDP or product detail page. Let's look at one example from Foodspring. And actually I think this is already quite good for a European standalone e-commerce shop.
Yeah, maybe you tell a bit about your background with that one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I think I forgot to talk about it. You know.
Yeah. Foodspring is the brand that I brought to China in the first place in 2016. I managed their Asia expansion, China, Hong Kong, and we still work with Foodspring here. We still sell them in China, and this is why we take this as an example. We have the European PDP quite good already. Sometimes if we look at German brand stores, standalone web shops that make good revenue, 100 million euros for a standalone web shop is quite good. And we look at their PDP, and the content that they have is just ridiculous from a Chinese point of view. 1 or 2 or 3 pictures, yeah, you can't see that they are taken with a lot of thoughts. Mostly they're not. And then you've got 3 bullets or 5 bullets or 10 bullets, but that's not enough in China, especially not if you're a foreign brand and you want to sell for premium prices. Chinese are very, very curious, and they want to be entertained, and they want to know what you can offer. So let's have a look at this. Can you stop this quickly? Perfect. So usually we start with a good video. Video content is king. It's no difference if you're in China or if you're in Europe. So please put this on the PDP. The attention span of the Chinese customer is extremely limited, and Chinese customers are not loyal. Not at all.
It's the same brand.
Same brand.
It's the same brand.
Different
converted.
PDPs, yeah, and USPs are just brought over in a different format. Then we had a second picture. You just see now 5 pictures. In the second picture already, we had a lot of text. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not lean. It's not Nordic Scandinavian design, what we like from Europe. It's just grabbing the attention, telling them that's a discount. Yeah, you can only get it today. So he was interested. He goes along further. So we can tell a story within 5 pictures. Once the customer is convinced, you scroll down the PDPs. Yeah, just let it go. It's a long PDP. It's longer than the European one. And enjoy it for a moment. Good, good, perfect. So, why is that important? As said, you own foreign brands, or if you're an agency, you work together with foreign brands. Foreign brands do want and do need to sell for higher prices in China due to different reasons, be it to make a premium image for the customer perspective, or be it that the additional cost you will have with a partner and with the logistics you will just need to increase prices. Yeah? People ask for a benchmark. There is no general benchmark. Sometimes 20%. Tmall always says, the category managers always say, well, keep it 20, 25% higher than your European selling price. But if you do that, and with this price, you will be much more expensive than all the local brands. And if you do business in China by now, you know that it is very competitive, and local brands are actually winning. Currently, a couple of local brands are winning over the foreign brands. It's not that, oh, the made in Germany selling point will get you on top and people will pull the product out of your hand. So really think about selling points and give some input from the Chinese team. Take their ideas and take them very seriously, and try to develop USPs that you actually would never think about or come across, because you don't think it's important, but the Chinese thinks very, very different about it. So the biggest mistake you can do is not listening, not trusting your Chinese team. Yeah? You need to mention so many points to justify a higher price, and sometimes also justify that they will need to wait longer. Yeah? Sometimes we come to talk about logistics later on. If you do cross-border business and might even have the warehouse in Germany, then people wait 7 to 14 days longer than if they would decide for your local competitor. Yeah? So really visualize all the selling points you have and go through it with your Chinese team. Just meaning having long PDP doesn't mean that the content is right. So trust your team and ask them to understand the products. By now, I think that the brands we work with, and we had a good example, one of them came 2 weeks ago to our office in Shanghai. They visited us, and the whole team had so many questions about the products because we were just doing new USPs that they had the idea. Now, at the end of the day, the Chinese team understands the product even better than the German one. Yeah, so this is really critical, and we can't emphasize that enough. Good. So having said this, and we're open to questions also afterwards, if you have some. We will now talk about social media. Now you hopefully have a good idea what are the sales channels. It's Tmall, it's JD. There are a couple of others also for cross-border, but we don't have the time to really dive deep into them. And now we will focus on the 2 most important apps, Red, Xiaohongshu, and also Douyin, which is the short video platform. Is there a question, right? Yeah. Do you have the microphone?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's take time for a question.
Can I have the headphone as well?
Hi.
Yeah.
I was surprised that you just said that made in Germany is not so much of a big selling point anymore. Can you talk a little bit about it? Has that changed in the last years, and why is that? Because to me it always seems like, I don't know, made in Germany wins.
Yeah, totally. Made in Germany is not bad. It's still good.
Let me put it this way. As Chinese, we still strongly believe made in Germany is the biggest selling point, but
it's not enough.
yeah,
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Tmall Global really came out in 2014, 2015, 2016. They are making a big effort with their office in Munich to get German brands to the platform. So it's not like 4 or 5 years ago that competition along foreign brands was so low that only the 1 point made in Germany is enough to sell your product. It's definitely a point that we will always mention and we always stress if you work with German brands, if you're in a category like baby food, where food safety is highly important, you will still stress that point. But
I would add, we go one step beyond that. So we show the production facilities. We show the, the grass-fed cows from which the product is coming. Yeah, we show much more what actually made in Germany means. It's not just a label. There's something behind this in terms of quality, in terms of, even working conditions, management, who maybe family-owned company. You show the owning family, things like that. So that is important, yeah?
Exactly, there's a lot more stories to tell than just the Made in Germany selling point. But it's not bad. We wouldn't say don't mention Made in Germany because it's not it's an anti-factor. It's not.
Yeah, you have
to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. I hope this question is answered. Otherwise,
Okay,
please
that's
come on. We will stick around later for a couple of minutes
There's
as well.
one more over there.
One more. Oh yeah.
Yeah, where's
Do
the
you have the microphone? Or is it? Okay. Take this.
Would you recommend long PDP also on the website? Because, for example, the company I work for, we have 11 languages, but they are all the same, from English to French to Chinese. And now, following your recommendation, I think that we should do some changes, or is just in the platform that you have presented that the rule applies?
Do you make sales with this website?
Yes.
Significant?
Trying to?
Trying. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't get the question.
The question.
The product pages should be.
He just couldn't hear it,
Oh,
right? So product pages. We said it should belong. Should it also belong on the standalone web shop, or should it only belong on Tmall? Well, actually, from my point, I can answer this question this way. If you guys have a different opinion, please just tell them. A Chinese website, standalone web shop, is always good to have as a reference point where people can also check your brand credibility. And if you give them the options or the option to buy on your local website, it's always good. But I don't believe, at least for most of the categories and products, that this will be bigger than the sales of your Tmall shop. But if you really try to make this your only selling point and your biggest selling point in your website, then you should definitely adapt it. But if you also sell on Tmall, then having it short is not that big of a problem.
There is a big difference if you have basically, let's say you have your German web shop and you have a Chinese version of it. So you have Chinese characters and language and everything. And somebody orders from that web shop, which is complicated enough because of logistics and it takes a long time, They will not expect when they go to your website, click, let's say, the Chinese language and then browse. They will not expect, a Chinese style website. So that's okay. Yeah. But as soon as you do business in China and you do business on these platforms in the Chinese ecosystems, you really need to adopt.
Yeah, and remember the example I showed you on JD and on Tmall. You can actually feel like the experience there is so smooth. You can check all the information through the platform. Then you can place the order within a second, because you have all the information there, and you don't have to do anything additionally. Like in Europe, like the first year I moved to Europe, I was in France and I was trying to buy something online, and I went to Sephora and I go to their website, and then when I place the order, I notice I have to put my address there. I have to put my bank information, for God's sake. Who have their bank card? We all use mobile, and then you have to really thinking about okay, delivery time is quite long, and so because all of the reason, I stopped trying shopping online here because it's not because I am so picky on the European website. It's because all the customers in China, they are strongly spoiled by the platforms, and all those customers they used to just click everything within a second, and they don't have the patience to add their address, especially bank card. I'm not sure if everyone could find their bank card in a short time anymore, and that's also could be very important reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Concluding, actually, very interesting that you bring up this question. I'm not sure how many actually think about or do have their own standalone web shop for China. Okay, no one. That would be good. If you do it, we've done it once as well. So it's really a pain for your IT team, I would guess, to get around the firewall, right? What you can do.
Mine was an hypothesis because we have the shop on WeChat, we have the WeShop, but I just wanted to understand, since we have a constant rework of the website, and I wanted to understand how much effort should go in adapting the Chinese pages.
Okay, yeah. If it's the only sales channel, please do put a lot of effort into it. If it's the only sales channel, and I totally have a lot of respect that you do that with the payment platforms and the firewall, because I can name one example. We've done this as well. Yeah. With the standalone web shop. We just we made this for a European brand that didn't have an IT system in place for China. Taking the website, then hosting it first on AWS, because that was their general server system that they used. Try to host it as close to China as possible, to have the lowest latency times. And this was Hong Kong, but also didn't work out. So then in the end, after 4 months trying, with a lot of effort from the IT team, and IT teams are crazy expensive, you know that, we decided to go on a content delivery network. There's 2 big ones. One is Akamai, and the other one is China Cache. And those are those ones that work quite well for European brands in our experience. They work actually very, very good. So after half a year, we managed to then, all together with the brand, set up their store and their store infrastructure on the China Cache, which made the site actually running pretty smooth. And before that, we had loading times of 15 to 20 seconds, which also influences your payment systems. And you can integrate WeChat and Alipay on your website, which is what you probably have done. A couple of companies have done that too. So you should definitely do that. That wouldn't be a problem. But really, the IT effort to keep this alive is massive. So good job, very good job. Good. Any other question, or was it answered? I hope so. Otherwise, we'll keep on.
Ja.
Ja.
Okay.
Perfekt, Dankeschön.
Achso, hier war noch was?
Over
Da drüben, ja.
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
What's the role of search engines for Chinese consumer
20 Minuten.
along the path to purchase? I don't see that on that slide. Does it mean that you necessarily only focus on, let's say, e-commerce or commerce portals and social portals, or would you also need to include in some way Baidu, etc.?
Wenjing, I think you can. Did you get the question?
No, really, I didn't hear the first part. Could you?
Why we didn't include Baidu, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So what's the role of search
Okay.
engines
So because
overall?
actually at this moment we're still talking about the internal promotion at the moment.
Yeah,
right?
we're talking internal,
Yeah.
external. Now the question is,
Then-
what about the relevance of search engines like Baidu? Because
Yeah.
people do use Google in Germany still. I'm not the biggest fan of search engines in China, Baidu. Maybe you can give your thought on this.
Baidu, we do Baidu as well, but it's more like for branding or for PR sector, because especially for the sales perspective, when customer want to buy something, they won't go to Baidu. If they want to check your brand, okay, maybe they are curious about this brand or curious about this kind of products, they will go to Baidu, checking the information and check some PR thing. But if they want to make a purchase, they will always go to Alibaba. Or always go to JD, those platforms, and make the order.
Thank you.
Exactly, perfect. Yeah.
Or shall we keep
I think now we keep on.
Yeah.
Exactly. The product search doesn't start on Google, doesn't start on Baidu. It starts with Taobao. It starts with platforms. So let's talk about. Wait. I have it.
Okay. Happens.
Okay. Little Red Book, Xiaohongshu.
Okay, my part, sorry.
That's your part again. Perfect.
Okay, so Red, because they have so many social media platforms in China, right? And today we're gonna focus on two very new ones, and because I assume everyone here already know traditional one quite well, like Weibo, WeChat, etc. So Red is it's the biggest social e-commerce platform. And why it's called social e-commerce platform? Because it's a really strong content-driven platform. And like the entire platform is a user-generated content platform. And this actually, because we're always talking about content, right? Content is a king in China. And this is also what Alibaba always wanted to do during the past decades.
Yeah, it's
And,
basically a mix of Amazon and Instagram.
yeah, so it's like a mix of Amazon and Instagram. So imagine like if one day Amazon and Instagram merging together, how would that look like? It's gonna be like this. And so so first one, unlike Instagram, Instagram is really a follower-driven platform, but on Red, it's really all the content. Most of the content are recommended by the platform itself. So platform will, according to your using behavior, and according to what you like, what you check, what you are searching for every day, then give you the recommendations. And then second is this part is for the followers, but not many people will actually open this sector. And then this is their stored homepage. So you can actually open a flagship store on Red, which many brands already did. And here you can have an example. This is Jifangxi and their store here with the products. And so on Red, it's very important in order to get the audience. It's very important to know their algorithm. So their algorithm design and how does this work? Because like so many people open their app every day. How could you make your brand, your products list to the customers or to the visitors?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we can start with, okay, so they actually have some facts here, and according to our experience, like how can you catch the visitors like attention?
Mm-hmm.
And but be careful, Red is changing the whole time. Even their algorithm design, it's changing every 2 weeks. So in order to catch the trend, you really have to try the whole time and very closely working with the platform. So what's important is, for example, take if you are a brand, if you are a new brand, let's take this as an example. If you are a new brand, you have no brand awareness in China at the moment, it's very important to have some basic articles. So what's basic articles mean? So which means when you open the app and then you go to the search function, you search your brand name or your product name, check how many posts list on the platform. So you can know how many users are actually actively using your product. And then the total number of your posts is very important. Then what's important is during the past 30 days, how many posts mention about your products, your brand name. It's very important. Then how about the interactions? Like how many people like the post, how many people click the post, how many people save the post, collect the post, and how many people make the comment on the post. It's very important. And now we can show you a quick example about how you do a campaign on Red.
Mm-hmm. As a quick side fact, Alibaba actually invested into Little Red Book, 300 million USD. And they tried and they did it. They integrated the Xiaohongshu product recommendation to their Taobao Tmall shopping app, which in the end didn't work that well because it's not being rolled out for all the stores. And as Wenjing said, you need to generate initial awareness. You need to lift the tide, yeah, for your products and for the hero product that you push. So don't make the mistake to think you have a great influencer or celebrity, or you pick one or two with 1 million followers on Xiaohongshu, and she's posting your product and all work out beautifully. Yeah, the right mixture is very, very important, and we've tried that dozens of times. This is one example that we have for you here today. This was actually beginning Q1, end of Q4. We are at the platform Xiaohongshu because they have an office in Shanghai as well, or that is their headquarter. Every 2 weeks at least, we listen to the new rules that they have. We listen to the new pricing structures that they give their KOLs. Yeah, so this will always change, but this is a general benchmark that you can take home for now. And what's important to understand is the logic that we have for how many basic posts do you do, and then where do you get the credibility from and the real views if you support it with the mid-tier and the upper-level influencers that will then be more costly. So the basic posts are so basic, basically, that people have around 300 followers. You give them a little bit of money or some products, as you do it in Germany, to just lift the tide to get the algorithm. Then once people said, I think the influencers that we talked to then, after doing this for 1 week, posting out 200 posts in this week on this topic, and then we talked to other influencers, hey, you want to push our product, yeah? She said, oh, great, I'm seeing this since the whole week, what's happening here? Yeah, so we actually made one product, the best-selling product in whole Q1, this was then Q1 to 18 in one of the categories we worked in. Yeah, so this is a general structure guideline that we'd like you to take home, but don't take anything for granted, especially not if you work with China.
Okay.
Good. Social media channel, the second one, TikTok, Douyin, short video app. I hope that we can make you understand it as good as possible for this young generation.
Okay. All right. Now we're talking about very interesting social media. It's called TikTok and Douyin in China and TikTok in Europe. So before that, I want to show you guys something, but before that, I have one more question again. Okay, so how many people here are actually born after 1995? Oh,
great.
Nice, okay.
Okay.
We have 2, okay, amazing. Okay, because actually this app, more than 90% of the users are born after 1995. So you guys may can understand this app. And for the rest of the audience, we will see.
Help us answering the questions afterwards.
Okay, all right. Please turn your volume down a little bit because I'm gonna show you a video. It might be a little bit crazy. So I just want to show you like what kind of this. I'm gonna show you the most popular influencer on TikTok, and this guy generate 5 million Chinese yuan revenue within 5 hours. Okay, now I'll show you. So if you feel so confused or you don't understand the whole content, it's okay. It's for the young generation. Okay.
你们的毛贵又来喽 ！YSL 的全新圆管，我的妈呀，我的妈呀！第一支86毫升，买它，好好看哦，绝对不过期，这支颜色，哇哦哇哦哇哦，好好闻哦。好了，你走吧。神仙色80，请把我的屏幕上打满买字。我的妈呀！我要好看到哭了，颜色很俏皮，质地舒服到爆炸。Oh my god！ 来83号，不惊艳，没有特色。82号色，如果你喜欢 YSL 12号色圆管的话，换成82号色、85号色，好好看。
Okay. So let's stop here. I know it's gonna be a little bit too much. Okay. So just want to ask you guys' opinion. Any feedback on this? Anyone? How many people like this video? Hands up. Okay. So let me show you some key facts here.
And 1.5 million others.
Yeah. So you can see on this video, he's trying all the colors of the lipsticks, right? And then here is a link. You can actually link to the Alibaba store directly. That's how they do the marketing, how they do the sales here. Okay.
Which we didn't talk about. We can answer
I mean,
later.
you know what he sold? How many did he sell with this?
Yeah, he sold a 5 million Chinese yuan revenue within 5 hours. After he posted this, 5 hours. Yeah. And that's his first video. He tried 381 lipsticks at one time and then sold 3 million. Okay. And so this platform is it's based on the short video, which between 5 seconds to 30 seconds, and with a very attractive music background. So this platform is really, as I mentioned, for young generation. And what's funny is actually the people who actually born before 1995 become more and more active on the app now. So we all start to be attracted by this app now, but no one want to admit this. People just secretly using this app when they're back home, or no one says them. And this platform is also It's especially focused on like certain categories. For example, cosmetics. For example, skincare. For example, fashion. And now I can give you some example. How can you do advertising and marketing on this app? Okay, so next one. Okay, so the first one is, as all the apps that we have, is opening app. So to have opening app, you can apply for opening app. And before all the market activities, before any activities you want to do on this app, you need to apply for your official account first. Then after that, you can apply through your official account. And what you can do with your official account, the first one, apply for the opening apps, which is 3 to 5 seconds. With a short video or just a picture, and you have like fixed price. So you can target audience by regions, and you need to pay for the opening app. You need to pay till last month. You need to pay at least 1 million Chinese yuan for 1 day posting. And the second one is in-stream ads. So because actually this is app like you can cross in the video the whole time. So sometimes you will cross some official account or by influencers, and they will have this kind of a link below. It's like the one I showed you before. And then you can pay by the CPM, and the price is also here around $30 to $35. And then the next one is sticker ads. This is quite new to you guys, I think. It's really invented by the Chinese consumers. And so actually, because sticker is very popular in China, especially the one who have WeChat here. You know, those stickers on WeChat, like once you start to use it, you just can't stop. And so those kind of stickers, they come up with this idea, especially for some video game platform or for some for movies. They will do like a very similar topics like stickers, and then all the users, when they generate their own video, their content, they can use those stickers. And so it's like kind of promotion. And then the last one is influencers, as the one I showed you. You can work with the influencers, and then you can link if you have a Tmall shop, you can link the shop to the app directly. Yeah.
Good, perfect. Okay. I will. So now we've got not a lot of time left. Basically 10-15 minutes if we include that we started also a little bit late. Those points are quite straightforward. I don't want to spend too much time talking about logistics. Briefly touch on it, and then you can raise questions as well. The most remarkable, or the question you guys should ask yourself about your logistics system is either you have everything in Germany, or you have everything in a bonded warehouse in China, cross-border, or you have everything general trade, if you can import your products. And there's one crucial thing I would always, actually in most cases, recommend bonded warehouse or general trade, only if you depend on a very very broad SKUs. Yeah? Say you have 5,000 SKUs and you don't want to boil it down to 250 in the first step of launching your stores. If you really have a big long tail business where you want to take a German warehouse, there's a web-to-web solution with Alibaba where you can just upload all of the 5,000 or 15,000 SKUs, and then it might make sense doing a drop shipping model from Germany. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend that. One more, exactly. I'll let you take the picture, and then we go ahead. Yeah. Onboarding process, I want to skip, and then what about the Tmall part? Shall we mention that, or shall we dive into the questions right away?
Yeah, I think we should still have some minutes for questions.
Open the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with taking questions from the audience, if there are. If there are not any, I will jump back to the logistics process and to the onboarding thing. Yes. Do we have the microphone?
Microphone?
We lost it.
I think the last.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hi. Just wonder if you are a travel advertiser, or you trade in experience or accommodation. Which platform you would suggest to use it? You wouldn't sell your accommodation on Tmall or JD. So where would you advertise? TikTok?
What product?
Yes,
Travel.
advertising.
Travel
business.
related.
Travel
Travel
related.
business. Sorry.
Travel business.
Travel-related product. It's not a physical product.
It's service products, right?
Yeah.
So
Did you get the question? It's not a physical product. Where would we advertise on it? Yeah, well, if it's not a digital product, so you can leave out the e-commerce platforms. You won't do performance marketing there. It would make sense. Then think about your customers, right? What age group is it? What demographic is it? That will depend where you will do the marketing, right? So it's really an answer. It depends. I would always consider and think about, does it make sense to do ads on Douyin? Yeah, either paid ads or KOL marketing, because a lot of KOL marketing happening on Douyin as well, and on Little Red Book, because actually Little Red Book they do share a lot of travel information. Oh, I'm in this hotel, I'm in this hotel, etc.
yeah, and also if you're a travel agency, actually, you can also open a shop on Taobao, on Alibaba, and then you can do all the advertising. But compared to the physical goods, you're gonna do advertising a little bit differently. But you can do the internal marketing as well. And also, like talking about like for the external ones, it's very good actually if you do on TikTok or Red, because both platforms are really focused on the travel sector as well. And so many people they're sharing, like actually, I think a very certain amount of the videos are about traveling, like with nice view or with nice like flat or with nice hotel, etc. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Next questions. Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you. Here, take this.
So sorry, it's actually more of a logistics question. If you've got, like I say, a small client in another country, would you recommend that they have like a China warehouse, or will the Chinese consumer accept longer delivery delays, or would you know, what's the trade-off there in terms of should they have a Chinese business, or is it okay them having a business in Australia or Germany or the UK and trying to do business from there?
What product?
Anything.
Anything.
Let's say something physical. Let's say I don't know, shoes, for example. Anything.
I'm not the biggest fan, from my perspective. You can do any. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, because we have also seen that, and there are logistics companies also in Germany that provide their processes, right, of delivering to China, consolidating your parcels, shipping them to the warehouse in China, and then breaking the parcels and do it like this. This takes usually 15 days. It's promised 5 to 7. But mostly it takes 14 days, and it really depends on the product that you sell. If your USPs are good enough to make up for this long delivery time, try it. But this is not I can't give you the one answer that you're looking for, because I would need to learn more about the product and the store.
It's really depends on the category. For example, if because actually the biggest selling point for warehouse in overseas is you actually have a products. Your products is really from outside of China, so that's basically the biggest the point. People believe, okay, it's really they can imagine the products is like on the way slowly to China. They enjoy that. And for example, if baby powder, many customers they might accept this. Okay, as long as I can actually get the goods from outside of China or from Germany, I'm willing to wait for 14 days and to get my baby powder. But for many products, especially for example fashion, or cosmetics, or food, etc., they want to have it immediately, or like electronic devices. Like the logistic delivery time is very important for them, so they don't have that much patience to waiting for that. All the competitors, so many competitors, no matter they do cross-border or general trade in China, they might have the warehouse in China. Then why don't they just choose the competitor which only have 2 to 3 days delivery time then?
I would always look at the scale. Yeah, I mean you might start with cross-border, but once it picks up nicely and you have a solid customer base, you want to have a better customer service, then I would move it. And we've seen that quite a lot, actually. I mean, companies who sell into China from Germany, and then at one point they said, now it's time really to invest in China. And
concluding, hybrid model also possible. Look at your top sellers, define them. Top SKUs, 80-20, have some in China, bonded warehouse, some in Germany for the long tail business. That can also work. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Ui.
Okay, let's try to keep it short so everybody is still on.
Okay, so what's about B2B, for example, from the industry sector? So do you recommend to, for example, localize a website and doing branding in Baidu or 360 or something like this, or?
What kind of sector?
Industry sector.
Industry sector, B2B,
okay.
B2B. Yeah,
Exactly.
For B2B, there's we take it for 10 seconds. B2B, I like WeChat, the WeChat examples. We didn't cover WeChat here. WeChat is quite good also to use as a CRM tool, right? Customer relationship management doesn't work with email, and you won't read a lot of emails. And also B2B clients, you might be surprised how many of them will actively check and communicate with you on WeChat, right, rather than on email. So use that tool to do marketing. For B2B, WeChat works quite well, in my opinion. Anything to add?
Yeah, and also have some specific like website or platforms for B2B only, but it's really depend on what kind of products are you selling. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then we've got.
We are not the B2B specialists. Yeah, we have to point out we are more specialized in B2C.
Perfect.
But of course there are opportunities there too.
Yeah. Okay.
I got one more logistics question. Who's the recommended partner for cross-border too or general trade that you recommend? Is it I think there is a bundled solution if you become a Taobao seller, or is it Cainiao or any other partner?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will answer this question. For the warehouse, as we mentioned, like for example, if you have most time actually, we still recommend you have your own warehouse. You use your own warehouse or use third party, no matter for cross-border or for general trade. Because with your own warehouse, you can have more flexibility to do for example, some like.
You can serve your Tmall shop and your JD shop from one warehouse.
Yeah, because you can serve many platform, many sales channel with one warehouse. That's easy to manage.
Yeah, it's actually not that expensive. Yeah, it always sounds big, your own warehouse or something, but that's a service. It's actually not that expensive.
Yeah, and then but sometimes like if you opening, for example, nowadays if you want to open a Tmall flagship store or JD flagship store, overseas one, and the cross-border one, they will insist, and it's not negotiable. They will insist you to use Cainiao warehouse or JD warehouse, and because they really want to build their own warehouse, and so you don't have option.
Right. Unless you're very big and have some negotiation power from the brand side. Next question. Perfect.
So my question is about performance marketing. What targeting options are available on Chinese ad platforms? Are there lookalike audiences or something like that?
Yes. Let me take it. It depends if you look at JD and Tmall. On Tmall, it's much more advanced. The Alibaba ecosystem is much more advanced than JD. You've got something that is called brand database, which is open for actually big brands and big players, and unified ID. So they actually can track the customers alongside all the partner platforms where Alibaba is invested in, which is also then Little Red Book, which is Youku, etc. So you can do lookalike audiences. You can also feed the system with emails or actually phone numbers that you have to build those lookalike audiences, and then you can pick demographics or you pick geographic locations. Did that answer the question? Yes, you can do lookalike audience. I think this is the most important tool, right? Lookalike audiences, and then scale it as much as you can. Yeah.
Maybe it's not directly related to your topic, but where would you promote services in China?
Where or?
Where? Is there a platform or something which is specialized in services?
Depends on what kind of services are you talking about.
Whatever. For example, if you decorate projects, for example, if you are specialized in decoration of hotels, malls, and something, where would you promote it?
Okay, for hotels, hotels is very classic example actually. Especially now we're talking about actually it's mainly focused on the external marketing promotion now. And as I mentioned, like the platform like Red, or TikTok, they're strongly focused on those sector at the moment. Actually, many hotels they are holding the events with Red, with influencers on Red, on Weibo, on WeChat, on TikTok, and also you can do advertising as an official account on Red, on TikTok, and also on WeChat with advertising as official account. Yeah.
We allowed one more question. I just have here the Tmall process. You can look at it. One more question. Who wants to?
If not,
yeah.
Okay, here Damian in front.
That's you.
Here.
Okay, perfect. Here we go.
All right, thanks very much, first of all. Let's imagine I do have a brand, but it's not my own brand. I'm working in an agency in Germany, and I do like all the points you raised, and I'm convinced not to forget to listen to the Chinese customer. In which ways could I get to work with you in order for you to not forget this for me if I don't have the resources myself?
You can talk to us. You can talk to us in person, discuss the projects, the brand, the scope. What should we do with you, for you? Normally, we do work with the brands directly. Yeah. But if you're looking for those guys do great PDPs, I want to get the knowledge. Yes, we do sometimes, and we did also offer our services on a part basis. For example, if you can do logistics yourself as a brand, then you don't need us for that. We take care of the other parts. So that's
But
possible.
we already had that situation, and we work with an agency who actually licensed the brand. Yeah, and that worked actually. That also works. You know? So normally you contact us, we sit down, we make an assessment. As we said, we make a lot of market research around the brand, around the products, and then we decide together if we go or we don't. Yeah, and if we go, in what kind of configuration. Yeah, so that's how we work with brands.
Great.
Yeah? So I think we can wrap it up. Yeah, thanks a lot for staying that long and listening, and also having questions and discussing with us. We are very happy to answer further questions now after the class, or in the future. Just contact us via email, or just call us up, or on Wenjing. Yeah, get Wenjing. Contact us on Wenjing or WhatsApp or whatever. Thanks a lot.
Perfect.
And have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.